like I blew a tire. It just was a bunch of shaking. Kind of super weird.
Okay. So here we got Bluetooth for all of them, and yeah, it's fucking unhealthy. We got the deep value, bottom of 1.76, top one 1.234, uh, and yeah, basically, it's just fucking unhealthy overall.
It's also well, y- yeah, that makes sense. But I mean, although the shaded region, I guess should the null hypothesis should be like neutral. Oh wait,
No, no, no.
let
But
me see.
like, uh, uh,
Wait,
uh Okay, so what do you say that you wanted from this one?
Yeah, for the Bluetooth, it would be unhealthy, or the null hypothesis would be healthy or neutral. And
Okay.
because basically like the only way I would stop using Bluetooth based on this experiment is if it's unhealthy. But if it's neutral, then I wouldn't stop. So neutral is okay in this case. Uh, um,
Okay, I just
but I
wrote this
mean, I
one
guess.
to a reminder to switch it up. Wait, let me change the
But I mean,
size. What?
like, yeah, I mean, I guess if you do that, the T critical would be probably just positive zero point five
Yeah,
four
yeah.
nine,
It is all.
which
It
is
will be literally the same.
yeah, yeah.
Like the only thing that
Uh,
will change is like the standard curves. Like the values is what is important.
yeah.
The charts or like the standard curves are just a representation.
Okay.
Okay. So here's for small Bluetooth. We only have got three, obviously, and yeah, we our TX is unhealthy. Like all of those three samples. T1 is also unhealthy. T2 is unhealthy. T3 is unhealthy. The no T3 is healthy, but the other two ones are unhealthy. So yeah, we overall
Yeah, yeah.
we got an
Cool.
unhealthy result for big Bluetooth. I made a mistake
Still
here.
there.
I made a mistake here in like I had to switch it up. The upper chart. I'll fix it. But yeah, the values in terms of the values, like yeah, this is correct. This is correct.
Wait. Go back.
Uh huh.
Can you go back a slide? Okay, go back another slide.
That's it. L-
543. But I mean, it seems okay. Now go forward. So your T critical is always the same, but it's supposed to change, because your data, you're only using portion of the data.
No, not really. Like if you use like the degrees of freedom, it literally always ends up in like 500, 543, 500. Like I
Yeah,
think
but your degrees of freedom would change.
no, but like if you check it out, like if you try the to get in the T critical, it's literally gonna be, not the same.
For the small Bluetooth, what's your degrees of freedom?
Uh, my degrees of freedom will be three.
Well, two, right?
Well, two. Like
It's like
yeah. You the minus, yeah, it will be two.
and yeah, and then for that one's degrees of freedom would be different.
Yeah. But like check it out, it's literally the same. It's like in the 500s.
So between like degrees of freedom 2 and degrees of freedom like 14 or something.
Yeah. I think that it only changes drastically if you're talking about like big boy numbers.
Well, that's like uh times 5 number of degrees of freedom.
Yeah. But like if you check it, like for
Like,
example, like really quick on
um,
Mathematica, if you'd like, the values, the results are gonna be literally the same.
um, and your t-value would change a bit.
Yeah, but
Wait, no, but you don't need t-value. What do you need for the t-critical?
just
You
like
need
your just
degrees of
like
freedom.
your alpha and like your alpha, like for example, like
Oh,
0
alpha, yeah.
30, like 30 percentage will be
Uh,
0 30, and then like the degrees of freedom, which will be like your n size minus one.
Damn, that's such a small difference. Like,
Yeah, it's like
can
irrelevant.
almost be ignored.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you.
Okay, cool.
Um, so here we got big Bluetooth, and yeah, made a whoopsie on this chart. I had to
Okay,
what? Like the values are.
maybe we can look at the pair, because so the very first point on the pair,
Uh huh.
it doesn't seem to match what's in Mathematica.
Wait,
like the 4 days prior.
wait. Do we wanna do this statistics first, and then we jump into it?
If you want to.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
For Big Blue Dude, um, somehow it appeared to be healthy. I don't know what the fuck's going on here, but like, yeah, in the upper one, using all the values, right, and pretending like if we had another like different chart and we had like a T critical and stuff like that. This is a T positioning, right? And
Yeah, you have it correctly in the bottom one, the null hypothesis for the big Bluetooth.
yeah,
I think I said that before and you fixed it, but I guess we didn't do it. We didn't change it for the other ones yet,
yeah, yeah. Uh,
which is fine. I mean, we really can just focus from now on a big Bluetooth for the fuck of it.
yeah, yeah. So basically, overall, it's unhealthy. Like if you combine all the Bluetooth ones, we got the
Right.
T value. I mean, it's healthy. Wait. Uh, wait. Big Bluetooth here. Uh, 1 second. Wait. Wait, I'm getting confused. Okay, give me a second. So yeah, what I was gonna say, this is obviously like Bluetooth, and it's overall fucking unhealthy, right? Uh, Overall the Bluetooth is fucking unhealthy. For small Bluetooth is also unhealthy, but somehow for the big Bluetooth in like the like 5 and 7, we got healthy ranges. The bottom one, seemed healthy as fuck, and the top one, if we combine all the points, it was negative 0.672, which I don't know. I will dismiss it considering the fact that all the Bluetooth fucking. If we combine all the Bluetooth
Well,
fucking stuff. Uh huh.
I mean, they're a bit different. So like, I still would gonna give it a chance for the big Bluetooth because like pretty much I think pretty much all the points were pretty much most of the points where I didn't specify Bluetooth, it was actually a small Bluetooth. And so like most of the points in just general is the small Bluetooth, and the big Bluetooth I think came like at the last.
Hmm.
But like they're they're obviously like a bit different as far as like potentially, well, definitely the frequency they use slightly probably different, and the magnitude is different and all that.
Mind
I
that
don't know.
actually the big Bluetooth has a positive effect in our brains. Holy fucking wild. In our health, I guess.
I wouldn't be too surprised. I mean, I wouldn't be too surprised.
Uh,
Like there's definitely some evidence for like potential benefits of fucking radio waves.
hmm.
But
Water.
yeah, I mean, like we'll just fucking see how it goes.
Yeah. Water intake overall healthier. Fucking TX or like uh the sample the t value of all of the samples will be negative 1.055, and
Yeah.
here we got like the rest of like the t values like t1, t2, t3, t4, t5, because we only have 5 values to measure to compare.
Maybe I've been really missing it in my life.
Yeah.
Drinking more water.
Here we got daylight mist, and yeah, and fucking somehow it's fucking healthy. Your indexes overall are healthier when you fucking miss more daylight
Yeah. I mean,
for the
yeah, like
for all
I was
points
suspecting both.
and for the bot points. Anyways, continue.
Yeah, I was suspecting like for both sides, and like I couldn't really fucking decide. Like I was pretty sure that missing daylight is a good idea until fucking you did the glasses thing, and it was like don't wear glasses during daylight basically. And
Yeah.
then I was like, I started like being, maybe I'm wrong about this. Maybe I should, like, maybe daylight, is something useful about it. But I mean, I guess just if you are up during daylight, don't wear blue blocking glasses. But missing it is just fine as well.
Yeah. Uh, Now we got heat for me and her. Um, Fuck. I forgot to like write down the measurements here, but I did the equation and everything. And basically, the T difference. I mean, the overall values, right, is like 4.001, which I guess it's in the positive range because when I usually when I work out, I mean when I do not work out, 2.2
Well,
hairs fall off my head, and when I work out, it's around zero.
no, but that's for 5 points.
What?
Or is that the mu not for all points?
No, for all points. No, for 5 points.
Okay. But the t value, the one that. Oh. Oh yeah. Oh, so you didn't write down the t value for all points.
I think I did. Where is it? Fuck. Maybe I missed it. I can correct it in a little bit. Yeah, maybe I forgot to write it down and write down here the other information. Yeah, yeah, I might have forgotten to do that, and yeah, I forgot to do like the tip value on the upper one, like in terms of like not the tip difference, but the tip value in those two. Yeah,
Yeah, just write it somewhere, like things that you'll fix and like show later, like tomorrow
yeah,
or
yeah.
something.
Tip
So we don't
value.
forget.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you might forget there. Like, do you have like a separate like to-do list?
Okay. Yeah, I have it. Let me write it.
Yeah, write it there because like this is just one of the slides, and like you'll never be able to find this piece of information, among all the slides.
Um. Yeah, I just forgot like the tip values in the upper ones. And that's it in those two. Here in heat memory. Uh, it overall seems like my memory is better when I do hit, and the T value of all of them, like the 4 points, it's negative 3.238. But yeah, overall seems like hit is healthy if we're talking even about like five
That's
points.
massively.
Yeah. What?
Yeah, that's massively far to the left. The t value of -3.2.
Yeah, yeah. But there is only like four values to work with, so that's more data it's needed.
Yeah. I don't know. That looks pretty convincing at 4 points.
Um, yeah. Also for the heat hair, I tend to fucking shed less hair. Uh, for the happiness, it overall also seems like I'm happier when I work out.
Yeah. See, this one is missing t critical for all points.
Wait, where?
The top one
The critical? Oh no no,
for
because
all
I
points.
forgot to
Yeah.
do the value of the upper one too as well. Uh,
Oh, it
uh,
says t minus, or is that the t difference?
yeah, yeah, the difference, but I don't know how to align it because I came out with such a
Uh,
outrageous fucking number. But like these two ones are missing like the deep
yeah, that's
values
fine.
of like the all points. I did do them, but I forgot to write them down. So
I
I'm
think,
gonna do it in those two.
but I think you'll forget if you don't write it in
I
like to-do
did. I
list.
wrote it down. I have a in my phone. I have a notes where I write down things that I gotta do.
Okay, okay,
I will do it. Don't
that's
worry,
cool.
bro. Okay. So this is my
That's freaking unbelievable.
for
The hit
me.
thing.
Yeah, for me it's also like healthier. Like I came out with like 769, but that's like negative. Yeah, and overall, my happiness is around 7.3 when I take it, right?
Wait, what? I don't get it.
Okay, my happiness
Uh,
overall
okay.
on a sample mean of like the 5 points, which is all we got to like play with. Uh, it's 7.3,
Oh,
and
oh, you didn't invert the happiness values.
what do you mean? Invert them how?
You didn't put a negative sign. You didn't put a negative sign in front of all the happiness numbers.
Yeah, I forgot. But yeah, overall,
Uh,
it was healthy. The
so
values,
the t value.
yeah,
So t value is not negative 1.7. It's positive 1.7.
yeah, but that will not make sense comparing the values given here. Like I don't know how like we okay. So the values
Yeah, it
given.
will make sense.
Okay, so remember that you told me that when we were talking about like happiness and stuff like that, since like the values given to us, we will just pretend like they're negative, because
Well, we wouldn't pretend. We would have to actually make them negative.
yeah, well, make them negative. That's what I'm basically talking about. And if you compare the sample mean of 7.3, which is when I drink water, and my happiness when I don't drink water is 6.7 in like the 5 points. Yeah, you can just easily tell that that's gonna be a healthy number. If you do the equation, you already know just by looking at x and hypothesize mean what we're gonna come up with. The happiness outnumbers the happiness. My happiness when I drink water outnumbers outvalues my happiness when I don't drink water.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense compared to the T critical. So T critical is 0.54 and your T value is 1.7, which basically,
Yeah, yeah.
means that, you know, if we have to choose, we might as well go with you should putting that. I don't think you should put the negatives if you didn't make all the happiness values negative from the start.
Yeah, well,
Uh,
they're I mean, those were
but
like the
but
values
yeah,
given
I
to
mean,
us, like those values, right? But like overall, all of them, seem like all of them, when I drank water, were higher. I had higher
yeah,
happiness. Like in overall, I was just happier in all of the points. If I compare the ones that I
yeah,
did drink water and I didn't drink water. I mean, I generally, I'm not
yeah. I
even
mean,
talking placebo
we,
shit, but like when I drink water, I actually feel more energetic. Like I'm more capable of functioning better. I feel fresher, and it's not even placebo. Like in my opinion, like I can definitely feel a difference.
Yeah, and I mean, I got the same result, and like I don't really care for drinking water to start with. So like, considering that me being complete pre independent about it, like I'd be happy that it wasn't fucking healthy. So, and me getting the same pretty much the same result, kind of supports this fact. So I mean, we could even like stop this like experiments that are like fucking obviously healthy.
Well, so you're gonna start drinking water?
Yeah, I guess so. I guess I need to.
Yeah, yeah. And what I was gonna say,
I need to get that fucking. What is it? They said like a fucking wristband or some shit.
wristband for what?
So what is
You gonna play
like
tennis?
some kind of a reminder? No,
Oh,
no. Like you said, there's some
oh.
kind of a reminder.
Oh yeah. You can also you have your phone with you right now?
Oh, is it on the phone?
Yeah. You should download this app. It's called what is it called? Um, go. Do you have it with you right now?
Yeah.
Go to like uh your like the equivalent, like the Google Play Store where you download apps. You there?
Yep, yep.
And just type like water reminder on the search bar of there. And just download any, fucking app there that has like a good fucking score in terms of reviews. Like, yeah, download one or two, and then you set it up to remind you like remind yourself that you gotta drink water at certain times of the day.
Yeah, I'm doing that right now.
Good.
Trying to figure out what's my fucking weight.
What's your what? Your password?
Weight.
Oh,
And wants it in kilograms.
oh, it's asking you for your weight.
Whoever uses kilograms.
Every
Yeah.
fucking country out there except America. How many kilograms? I mean
Canada.
pounds do you weigh?
Like 145-ish.
Uh,
No, I got it. This app will break when it fucking sees that my fucking go to my bedtime is at 6 a.m.
yeah,
and says I'm supposed to drink fucking what? Uh, like it told me how much I was supposed to drink, but I didn't see it in time. It like moved fast.
mm,
Oh yeah, 2 liters.
yeah, yeah. No,
Okay, so uh, is it just gonna? I guess. Oh, I see. What?
I mean it's supposed to
Next
like
time.
remind you, and then you sort of like click on. I don't know which
Oh
app you
yeah.
got.
Yeah, I guess the next reminder is in like hour and a half.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
just clicked that I just drank and like yeah, and then it like filled up to 175 milliliters out of 2,000 milliliters. And then I
yeah.
guess next time I'll get the reminder and I press it, it'll like fill up a little bit more. Nice.
Yep.
Okay, maybe I've been missing it this
Yeah.
whole my entire fucking life.
Yeah,
Where
you
have you
have.
been? Okay.
And my memory with water, it's just slightly better. We're talking about negative 0.250. Like
Yeah.
it's barely a difference.
But my health index was like statistically healthy, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
it was. It was. Let me check. Negative 1.055 in overall.
Yeah. Um, pretty far in the zone.
Yeah, and lycopene and happiness. It's overall in the healthy side. I got for the 5 points around negative 2.00, and for the 7 points that I got, it was negative 0.313. So it's just more like balanced out in terms of like, yeah, it's slightly healthier. Like it's in the healthy side,
Yeah,
but
but not
not.
statistically significant.
Yeah, yeah. In terms of hair, uh,
Yeah, I
my
guess.
hair falls off a little bit more when I take it, but it's not that statistically different. Like I mean, you know, it's like for the bottom one is 1.376, upper one is 1.17 with like 7 points.
Yeah, yeah. We'll just have to maybe need more data to make it statistically significant.
My memory, in terms of my memory seems to be just slightly better. Well, I mean, yeah, we're talking about 8.4 and 7.9, and the t-value overall is like
That's pretty
negative,
significant, to be honest.
like it will be like negative 2.175.
Yeah, that's way out there, man.
You think so?
That's like, well, yeah, that's like 90% confidence level or more.
Yeah.
And like the difference between 7.9 and 8.4 is pretty big, considering that you range between like 7 and 9
Hmm.
max.
Yeah.
Yeah, the range is pretty small, so that difference compared to the range is actually pretty big.
Uh, on here, when it comes to daylight, it also seems that I'm happier. It's slightly here, like barely any difference with 5 points. It will be negative 0.301 when I miss more daylight.
Well, the top one is the most important. 5 point doesn't really
Yeah,
matter,
the
to be
upper one,
honest. And the top
we're
one,
talking
yeah.
about negative 0.771.
Yeah, but the tick critical is minus 0.5, so it's statistically significant for
Yeah, it
us.
is. Uh, in terms of hair, my hair tends to, on
Mm.
5 points, it tends to fall off
Well,
more
it
also.
doesn't.
What?
We don't really care about 5 points.
Okay, well, upper part.
Like if we have 8 points, it doesn't really matter what happens at five
Yeah,
points.
yeah. So yeah, in general, I should stop doing 5 points, right? Unless we only have five
Yeah,
points.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, fine. Uh,
Right, yeah. It
okay.
was it was cool like at first, but like it's not as useful
Yeah, yeah.
like
Now,
to like
in
constantly.
general, what I was gonna say, we got t values negative 0.727, and yeah, my hair falls off less when I skip more daytime. Uh,
Yeah, yeah, significantly. Yeah, and the
Daylight.
amazing thing is comes true for like for the both of us.
Yeah, yeah. Daylight memory overall, this obviously is like negative, but my memory is significantly better also when I skip when I miss more daylight.
Okay.
8.54 in average, and on average 7 uh, um, when I miss more daylight, and when I don't, is 7.76 on average. And the
Nice.
t value is like for all of the points will be 3.698, negative 3.698.
So are those? So what's the fifth value?
Which one?
The fifth one
Yeah, they're
in
like
the top.
separately, like one by one.
It's hard to see with the red color the minuses.
Oh, the fifth one. Oh, the fifth one is
Um,
4.453. Like
like
which will be
positive.
yeah, no, like negative. They will be negative. They are overall uh they are overall fucking uh statistically better in terms of like or like in terms of like the raw data of each point when I don't when I miss more the fucking daylight time, my memory tends to be just overall better. So like all these points, like consider them fucking what's the word I'm looking for? Negative.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, man, that's pretty amazing.
Okay, this is for
And it's
creatine.
just like fucking blows your mind, right?
Yeah. For creatine, okay, top one, which is the one that we cared. Uh, we got a t value. Obviously, this one is positive. I mean, not positive, negative. Um, of negative four
Don't
point.
say.
What?
This is super confusing because I feel like you might be confusing yourself as well.
No, 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 I'm not.
Like,
Because you can just look at here at the sample mean in general. Like
oh,
like
oh, I see.
like you can just tell by the sample mean. Like, okay, if you look at the
That,
sample mean,
that
right?
makes sense.
And we're looking here that the sample mean, it's overall better, and here we're talking about happiness. Then we look at the hypothesized mean, which is a no treatment one, and we see 6.25. It's easy to assume that we're talking about negative. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
Uh, okay, so here we got,
Yeah, it's way out there.
yeah, we got the 4.54. Overall, my happiness, it's statistically significant when,
That's 12 fucking points, man.
yeah,
That's like a lot of points.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I got a fucking Woodrow creatine and the fucking. No, well, I guess I'll wait. Well, I don't
It's
know.
cheap.
Um, I guess I'll
Let,
get both
let,
fucking creatine and the forget what it's called, lycopene.
yeah, yeah. What I was gonna say, uh make sure that you get the good one, because there is different types of I forgot the name of the good one, but there's different types of creatine. But you want to get like the most used one that has more widely known research. I will tell you about it later, before you buy it. But yeah, there is some people that tend to sell like different types of compounds of creatine, but the most research and the one that works the best is one in specific, but there is three ones, and one in specific is the best one, which I will tell you later. So yeah, don't
Oh
buy it.
yeah, I sort of
Yeah,
remember about it. I remember doing research on like when I was trying it. I remember researching it, and there was like three different ones. Yeah, I forget. It was a long time ago.
yeah, yeah. I'll tell you which one is the best one. Um,
Okay, cool.
so for my memory, wait, I forgot for hair, right? Yeah, my hair also tends to fall off a little bit less when I take creatine, just by just a tiny little bit. We got a negative value of 1.33 here, and
That's
yeah,
not tiny. That's a lot.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
like fucking double. Like what is it? 1.6 compared to like two something. That's
yeah,
that's like 40%.
yeah. And like for memory, also seems like my memory it's better. We're talking about an overall t-value of negative 2.175, and the sample mean on like treatment, my memory in 5 samples is 8.4, and for the hypothesized mean will be 7.9.
Yeah. So that's yeah. What? Oh, it doesn't have a Oh yeah, it does have. It's like fucking 2.1. Yeah, it's like fucking way out there. It's again like 95% confidence level at least.
Yeah. And yeah, those will be all the metrics. All of them are updated. All of them is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And I just need to correct two of them. In terms of like, I forgot to put the
Cool.
t value on two of them. The upper one, the operative value in two of them, and the in this one I need to change, like, like the hypothesis, and that's it.
Mm. Can you go back to all Bluetooth for a second?
Yeah.
Man, let me see. T value 1. T. Oh, T critical 0.5. Okay. Okay, well, I mean, I used the big Bluetooth today, so I guess we'll have another point.
Nice, nice. Yeah, What I was gonna say? What about your day? How many hours of daylight did you miss? Data from two. Okay, so this is a study from two cohort studies. Cohort studies are a type of observation study in which a group of individuals or a cohort is followed over time to observe the track of outcomes of interest. The nurses held study and the health professionals follow up, or the acronym will be HPFS, to investigate the association between fruit and vegetable intake and mortality. The NHS included 121,700 female nurses aged 30 to 55 years
Can
in.
you
Uh-huh.
can you do Control A? Can you press Control A?
What?
Uh, and then okay, and then where it says font 11.
Oh, you want me to
So do
increase the
Control A.
font?
Change font to like fucking 15 or 20, sure.
Is that more visible?
Yeah, yeah, much more visible. Otherwise, it's just
Nice.
fucking tiny ants running around the screen.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, where did I left it? Yeah, the nurses aged 30 to 55 years in 1976, while the HPFS included 51 529 male health professionals aged 40 to 70 years in 1986. The study used a comprehensive dietary questionnaire administered in 1984 for the NHS.
Hey,
And what?
I kind of need to hit the bathroom.
All right, bro, enjoyed taking a shit. Haha.
Okay, I've seen that. No, no, just gotta dump this water out of my bladder that, I
Yeah,
need so
yeah.
I can refill it.
All right,
Okay.
bro. Enjoy your peace, bro.
Yeah, yesterday, like when you asked me if I had anything to drink, like I literally like fucking had like that six pack in front of me, and I was like, well, I haven't had anything to drink yet, and then like fucking within, I hadn't actually, taken a sip when you asked me, so,
Come on, bro. Don't lie.
and
Keep
then
it.
like pretty much immediate. I didn't lie, it was true. I had that six pack, but
I mean, but you
you
will.
asked me before I actually started drinking it.
Yeah, yeah, but you practically bought it. That's basically, you were
Uh,
anticipate. You were anticipating that you were gonna drink, like you knew it beforehand, and you could have told me that you were
I
about
know.
to uh to sin, but you didn't do it because you wanted to drink.
What?
Yeah,
Well, I mean, like, I had an
yeah,
option to tell you,
yeah,
but
but
I
you didn't want to
didn't
tell me.
feel like I didn't feel like saying anything. But the answer to your question was correct.
Okay, well,
I
now I gotta
hadn't had
make sure
anything to
that
drink.
I ask, do you have any alcoholic beverages in your in your truck? And if you say
Uh,
yes, you're just gonna have to turn on your camera, show me the six pack, and destroy it in front of me.
oh,
Yeah, bro.
maybe.
Come on, bro. One step ahead of overcoming your fucking addiction to the fucking beers and shit.
Yeah, but then I'll just make sure to fucking drink it, like gulp it down before joining the call.
Come on,
I'll have to like
bro.
make sure it's already in my stomach.
Huh?
I don't know.
But you didn't
We'll
drink
see.
today, right?
I see. I finished the two bottles from yesterday
Ah, come on, bro. Okay,
because I only had four yesterday out of the six pack, so I finished the two
okay. Wow.
earlier. But I ain't got no alcohol right now. But
Okay.
yeah,
I mean, fuck. At the end of the day, you're the one harming yourself. I'm gonna keep telling you, but if you wanna listen to me or not, it's up to you. I'm trying my best. Like,
yeah. Cool, man.
it's bad for you, bro. Just remember that. Like, the satisfaction, the temporary satisfaction is not worth the health, fucking the unhealthy consequences of it. Like, yeah. But let me continue
Yeah,
with the
like
study.
I know it. Like I don't know what what moves people to do things. They know it's not gonna work out.
Yeah. But okay, so I was saying, yeah, it was like in the NHS study, it was 121,600 females between 30 and 50 years old in 1976. Well, the HPFS included 51,529 male health professionals aged 40 to 70 years. In 1986, the study used a comprehensive dietary questionnaires administered in 1984 for the NHS uh, and 1986 for the HPFS as a baseline. The participants were sent the questionnaires biannually to inquire about lifestyle risk factors or exposures of interest and newly diagnosed diseases until 2014. This study excluded participants with a history of diabetes, cardiovascular disease, or cancer, missing information on fruit and vegetable intake, or implausible energy intake at baseline. The final analytical population consisted of 66 thousand women, 40 and 719, and 42,016 men. Uh, the study
Yeah,
protocol.
this study is where I got the pizza idea. Is from this study where I'm pretty sure they were like just they had a huge table of stuff and facts. And like they didn't mention it anywhere, but like just from the table, I looked at the fucking pizza and I was like, "What the fuck is that?" And I was like, "Well, maybe
I
pizza is
didn't see
actually
a
healthy."
pizza
And
one in this study, in like the tables.
well, like this, this data set, this NHS data set, and there's
Uh,
been like fucking
yeah, but there's
probably
been like
hundreds of
many of
studies
them. Yeah,
based on
yeah,
this.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
So like from like you mean like this sort of like group or entity, but not this study.
yeah. From this NHS data set that they're using. The
Okay.
nurses' health study.
Yeah.
It's like it's a pretty there's shit ton of studies that use this fucking NHS
No.
data
Okay.
set.
Um. But yeah. Anyways, the study excluded participants. Oh no, I already said that. The study protocol was approved by institutional review boards, and completed questionnaires were accepted as implied informed consent. The study data information was collected from participants using semi-quantitative food frequency questionnaires, or SFQS, at baseline and updated every 2 to 4 years. The SFFQs were validated and documented to perform well in measuring food intake, and nutrient values were calculated based on the Harvard University Food Composition Database. Participants reported their usual intake of a standard portion size of fruit and vegetables, which were converted to average daily intake. The dietary information was used to calculate average daily nutrient and total energy intakes, and modified versions of alternate health eating index was applied to assess the overall quality of the diet. The SFFQS were used of were used a total of 8 times in the NHS and 7 times in the HBFS for this analysis. The study used a cumulative cumulative average intakes of fruit and vegetables up to the start of each 2-year follow-up interval to represent long-term intake and reduce within person's variation. The main exposures of interest were combined intakes of fruit and vegetables, total fruits and total vegetables. Some foods like tofu, soybeans, french fries, and small servings of foods were not included in the fruit and vegetables category. The study stopped updating the diet before the diagnosis of an intermediate outcome and analyzed subgroups of fruit and vegetables such as green leafy vegetables and citrus fruits. The study categorized intakes of fruit and vegetables under subgroups: fruit juices, potatoes, quintils, quartiles, or tertiles based on their population distributions. Converted fruit and vegetables intake in grams into servings using 80 grams as standard serving size. Participants reported their usual intake never to be greater than 6 times per day, greater or equal to 6 times per day of a standard portion size. 6.5 cups of strawberries or one banana and a half cup of cooked spinach. Uh, that was the intake per day. During 30
Hey,
years of.
real,
Uh-huh.
real quick, like it's about like that's the thing about the alcohol thing. Like for example, like for yesterday value, right? Like my value was brought down first, and then I had beer. But like when you look at it, it kind of because did the health like the final health index after it, it kind of looks like it was lower because of the beer. But really, like it was brought down even like before the beer. Like if I take because like there's stuff I do throughout the day, so it like accumulates, and then like I write the final score, at certain time. But like if I take out like all the negative values before I had beer, um, like it would actually be really high. Like it seems like a lot of times like I get the low score like I do beer after I get the low score already, and then I do beer and then I write down the health index. So it's like a lot of times isn't it's not really the culprit. So I'm not
Mm-hmm.
sure how to like separate that out.
I mean,
If you know what I mean.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I think
Yeah,
that you
that's right. Yeah,
should,
I just want to mention that.
in my opinion, you should just start nowadays taking your health index at the end of the day, like, and you just like I've been doing, like, just take all your data until you you realize that you have done
I think
everything.
maybe well, it doesn't exactly work like that. With my health index, like there's no way for not I can't think of a good way to fix it. But the one way to test the alcohol is, let's say, like look compare the health index, the second health index after alcohol, and compared to the second health index before alcohol. You know, so then it will be like a day and a half before or a day and a half after versus day and a half before. So like look at the second one compared to the second one backward from the alcohol.
Wait, wait, wait,
Because that I think that might uh, take out that effect.
wait. I'm confused. Say it again.
So like if we, for example, for to look at the effect today of alcohol,
Uh-huh.
we would take the tomorrow, like really the next health index.
Okay, the
Um,
one day forward, one day
you know,
forward.
yeah, one day forward. Even though like it won't have any alcohol in it, but it will be still in the aftermath
Oh,
of
okay,
the
I get it.
alcohol. So
Okay, I
it will
get
be like
it. So in other words,
second verse.
I will do the statistics, all right, with one day forward, for when you drank alcohol, and the day where you actually in quotes drank, it will be the day before you drank it.
Yeah. For the mu note, it would be like,
The
one
day
extra day backward as well.
no, it will be basically be the day you drank it. Well, like because the day you.
No, no.
Oh, okay. So how can I explain it? How can I put it to you? So let's say, can you see my? Let me go all the way at the bottom. Uh, okay. So can you see my mouse?
Yeah.
So let's say this is day one, day two, uh, day three, right? Let's say you drank here beer, uh, uh, beer. Uh, I will be taking the health index of the day three, right? As in like the day you drank, it will be day three. In reality, I will take the day forward, and for the day that you didn't drink, it will be the day two, or what?
Let's see.
Because you are saying that I should go one
Um,
day forwards for the day that you drank. Like for example, if you drank in the number two, I should take the health index as you drank in the day three.
yeah. So it would be like, I guess it would be just skipping maybe one day. Like, so it would be comparing the day three to day one. Because on day two, like, a lot of most of the times, I drank beer because I already was getting fucked.
Yeah,
So it was like beer came after. So
yeah,
like, it's not like the beer effect. It's like, you know, I do beer after the effect.
yeah. So basically, on beer, it will be, if in the statistics it says beer, we will in the day two we will actually be taking the health index as the day you drank on the day three, and the day you didn't drink, which will be your hypothesis mean will be day two. Makes
But if
sense.
there's beer on day two and beer on day three,
Yeah,
then
yeah,
just
obviously.
take day four.
Yeah, yeah,
The
it
first the
makes, yeah.
first first day of no beer after beer.
Yeah, you're basically just skipping one day forwards. Yeah, yeah, I got it. One
Or
day
all,
forward.
like, like, if there's a few days of drinking, then skipping
Yeah,
all of them.
yeah, of course, I understand what you mean, bro. I got it, bro. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice,
Um,
nice.
um, mm, mm, mm.
At least that would definitely fix the effect of to this time's beer, and I'm pretty sure it would fix quite a few points like that.
Yeah,
But obviously, I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced that beer is healthy. So I'm like still pretty sure it's not healthy. But might as well try get a better look at it.
yeah. Okay. So during 30 years of follow-up in the NHS, 1,822,058 people years or person years. It was documented 18,793 deaths during a 28 years follow-up. In the HPFS, 1,000,000 33,007 person years documented 15,105 deaths. Participants with higher intake of fruits and vegetables were older and more likely to use a multivitamin and had higher total energy intake. Dietary quality, physical activity level, and prevalence in hypercholesterolemia, but were less likely to be smokers and had lower alcohol intake. And in my opinion, here you can just see, well, not in my opinion, like here's the presentation of like the person's years intake of servings of fruits and vegetables: 253303, uh, 4.203, 5.3, 0.4, 7.9, 1.9. And in all of them, there is a fucking plus minus. Yeah, alcohol a day. I mean, this is not really the interesting part, but I don't know if you wanna take a glance at this. This is like just general information in terms of like,
Yeah, it's not very
yeah, yeah.
not as interesting. I mean, I guess it's interesting to just to see the servings per day that people did of the
No,
vegetables
but right now,
or
you like
whatever.
we're gonna see what mind like it's fucking mind blowing, bro. To me, I was like, what? But yeah, health professionals follow up study. Yeah, this is not really that interesting, but the people that
Yeah, we can.
consume
Yep.
consume yeah, but basically the same shit. People that consume the most multivitamins, will consume the most fruits and vegetables, whatnot, blah blah, multivitamin use,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
But I
whatever.
mean, that's not that different. 53 versus 47.
Yeah, yeah. Now here we see what is mind blowing to me. Um.
You were
So
like, you should do the vegan or like put vegetables on your pizza. Add more
No,
vegetables.
no, no. A moderate amount is good. Yes, right. Like as we can see
Well,
here.
I already do moderate.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
As we can see here, right. If you consume like uh, to like five servings to point three servings, right, or 4 to 2. You're overall fine. Like your likelihood of dying is way less compared to like the people that take 7 servings of fruit and 3 of vegetables, or in average, also like 6.6 to 8.5. This is the average, I believe. But this is like also other values, like some people taking 6.6 to 8.5, and they're more likely to die. That even the people that consume like around two servings of fruits and 1 serving of vegetables. Like the out of like let's put it like in general, like 300
Oh,
and
this is Kyoto.
what?
No, no, no. You're not looking at it right.
What do you mean?
Um, I guess I'm gonna put your brain right back into your skull. After it's been blown, I'm gonna just like put it all back.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Reconstruct the
uh,
place. Pick it up.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm just gonna snap my fingers and it's gonna all come back.
Yeah.
So this is remember how like so this is just all deaths per person years. So like if they stopped at that, they might have been really looking at let's pretend older people eat more vegetables and do more multivitamins, and
Uh huh.
then like younger people do less vegetables and less vitamins. So they would have been really looking at death rate of old people compared to young people,
Uh huh.
because the more vegetables, the older they are, and therefore it's really the older people that died more compared to younger people. So that's why they do age adjustment below.
Okay.
And so yeah, and that's where that comes in. That like the first value is 0.86, right?
Uh huh.
That means that you like look like what like um, one minus that like times 100. It's like how much it's like so like the formula I guess would be like one minus that times 100, which would be like zero, or it would be really like 14%.
Uh huh.
So like it's like 0.14 from one.
Mhm.
0.86 plus 0.14
Yeah,
is
yeah.
one. So that difference is the percentage. So it would be 0.14 is means it's 14%. 14. And that means that they were 14% less likely to die when it was age adjusted. Old people who
Okay.
eat little vegetables versus old people who eat little vegetables. And then combined with young people who eat a lot of vegetables versus young people who eat, the other amount of
I
vegetables. And
mean, were
then,
they really young? If we're talking about like 30, 50, wouldn't that be considered like median age, like midlife?
no, I mean, like, compared to somebody who is like fucking 90, right? The
Oh,
90-year
yeah.
person, it's like a fucking grandkid for him.
Yeah, that's true.
So, yeah, and so basically, so the first value 0.86 means that they were 14% less likely to die during that study,
Mm.
and then the second quartile, or that is the second quartile. The first quartile is the reference, which means it's one. So
Mm.
if the first quartile, is one, then the second quartile was like they were like 14% more or less likely to die than the first quartile. And
Oh,
then the
okay.
third quartile were like, let's see, that would be 22% less likely to die than the first quartile than the reference.
Hmm.
And then, so even the fifth quartile is 0.72, which means like uh like what, like you tell me how many percent less likely they were to die than the reference.
In this one, the
Where
fourth
it says
one,
0.72.
72, uh, 0.72. Wait, 0. I don't see it in the fifth
Oh,
one.
the fifth quartile age adjusted. Uh, I mean, really, we
It
can just
adjusted
skip to the
model,
multivariable adjusted model, and that's in the fifth quartile, and that's 0.89, which means they
0.89. Yeah,
adjusted
this one,
for
right?
other things.
This one.
Yeah, yeah. So how what percent less likely they were to die than the reference?
The formula will be dot minus one, right? No, no, no.
Well, yeah, one minus that, or just how far it is from one is the way I think of it.
Okay. And
It's like
then
0.11 from one.
yeah, yeah. So it will be 0.1. It will be 11 percentage, right?
Yeah, yeah, 11% less likely.
Yeah,
Yep. And if it was more than one, then it's if it was like 1.11, that means it's like 0.11 on the other side from one, which means
yeah.
it's 11% more likely to die.
Okay,
But yes, so they all were like less likely to die on vegetables.
okay. I see. Interesting.
And then in
Medians.
the multivariable model, they probably adjusted for vitamin use as well.
Hmm. Uh, but yeah, I feel so enlightened. Like, yeah,
Mm,
I'm so
get
glad
your
that,
brain back in your skull.
yeah, yeah. I feel like I just fucking, I don't know, recovered from a crash immediately, you know? It's like I was,
Yeah.
what's the word I'm looking for? Amazed by what I thought were the results. I was like, what? It makes no fucking sense. But yeah,
Sometimes like fucking pizza. Like when I saw the result for pizza, I was like, "What the fuck is that?" In their fucking NIH study,
shit.
NHS.
Uh,
Sometimes it is kind of mind blowing what they fucking report.
yeah. And yeah, here we have the servings with which were already written down there. Well, this is for the NHS, this is for HPFS, but they're very similar if you look at them. And the
Yeah,
results
but
are
the
very
pooled
similar
one is
too.
means that they combine both. Yeah, yeah. The pooled one is the total of when they combine both studies, both data sets.
Yeah, the results still seem to be very similar if you look at them. Like there's barely a
Yeah, I
difference of
mean
like
after
one
once you
percentage.
hit.
Like if you look at
Oh
the
yeah, what do you mean?
like in the pool one, in the
Oh yeah,
multivariable
yeah,
adjusted model
right.
is literally basically the same.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, once you hit like fucking fourth quartile, you can just stop there, and like going to the fifth quartile doesn't add that much or any benefit.
Yeah, and for servings of
But at
food
least it's still.
by itself
Yeah.
themselves is just like 0.4, 0.9 for the second group, 1.3 for the third one, 1.8, and 2.7 for the fifth one, which will be the other ones that were are probably in their last years or whatnot, right? Right?
I was just guessing. I was just making an example. I don't really know like as far as which group was older.
Uh,
I was
uh,
just making an example.
yeah. Uh, yeah. Fruits, the median, the pulled. The results are also basically the same if you look at them, if you compare them. they barely change just by 1 or 2 fucking points. So the percentages are almost
Yeah, but it
identical.
yeah, but like in a pooled one, it basically shows that
Yeah, like a
like once you
combination
eat
of
like
two, right?
fucking one fruit, well, once you eat like one fruit, like you don't really get that much more benefit if you eat fucking 50 of them,
Yeah, yeah. I
as
mean,
long as you fucking eat some,
yeah. But what I was gonna say.
because
Hmm.
it goes from 0.91, 9% lower risk of death in
Hmm.
a pooled multivariate adjusted for fruits.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it doesn't like fucking okay. It goes to okay, maybe second quartile goes to 0.89, which is not that much different. Like just eating some, gets you most of the way,
Ha-
and like eating like fucking double of it gets you a little bit better.
Did I tell you that when I
Eating
was
like
younger, I used to be vegan and I looked like fucking like not like unhealthy skinny, but like it was like I was slim and it didn't look that fucking good in my opinion, right? And like I didn't feel like lethargic or fatigue or whatnot, right? I went vegan, oh excuse me, for like one year, something like that, right? And my diet was basically fruits, vegetables. I'm not even fucking lying to you. I did not feel bad, but my appearance wasn't like the best, right? In terms of appearance. And yeah, you switch to a more balanced diet.
or you wanna look at the compare the like look at the picture when you were like that versus picture like within like a year before or after to like
Yeah, there was a
make a
significant.
judgment.
I remember seeing it long time ago, and I definitely
Yeah,
saw a significant difference, and also like in weight and shit like that. Like yeah,
yeah,
like
makes
uh,
sense.
but in my
But yeah,
opinion,
I mean, according to this one, even eating a shit ton, like maximum amount of fruits and vegetables, or even just fucking fruits, the
uh-huh,
absolute maximum amount is still like 10% less chance of dying versus doing whatever
yeah,
like normal diet.
yep. For vegetables, here we got values. The median of 2.4, 2.2, 2.8, 2. For for the group 2. I mean 3.6, 51, 5.0, and yeah, I think that like in my opinion, going vegan isn't the best option. I think that pescatarian or something like that is like more balanced. Like the thing, like what you do. If I had to like take a blind guess, which I wanna do some research about the pescatarian diet and whatnot. But if I had to take a wild guess, probably you know the pescatarian diet is probably one of the best ones because you're eating like more lean fucking meat from like the fish and stuff like that. I don't know. Tell me about it. What do you think? I'm not even like trying to jump in the bandwagon of being like, oh yeah, because you're pescatarian. But based on some research that I've done in the past, uh, you know, people tend to say that the pescatarian diet is very efficient and very healthy compared to like a full-on blown vegan
Well,
person.
I don't really like go by a diet. I go by like food items, and then like I end up by like not even like I didn't even know I was vegan until like I was like fucking vegan for like a year and a half, and I like didn't even know, and then I was like, hey, wait, I guess I'm actually vegan. So like it's not like I pick a diet, like I pick the fucking items
You're
in it, and then I
pescatarian?
end up where I end up. Yeah, well, I guess I was until I started getting that pizza with chicken.
No, but
So
pescatarian is when you eat fish and fruits and vegetables.
no, I said pizza with chicken.
No, 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 but like, oh, okay, oh, okay, oh, so you're saying that you were pescatarian until you started eating. Oh, yeah, I get it. Yeah, 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 that's true.
Yeah, yes, yeah.
But
So
at some
whatever.
point you were
I,
full
I I
on.
don't really go by general diet.
Yeah, yeah, but at some point you were a full on blown vegan, like no fish.
Yeah, yeah. For like year and a half or 2 years, I
And
was
how did
maybe
you feel?
longer.
Like in terms of like
Um,
general like
well, see, that's a, well. Let's see. Let me try to remember.
like
Well, okay, so that's it's very easy to do it very wrong. Um, I'm trying to remember. So like at some point, I mean, it was like obviously a very long time, right? I did it.
yeah,
At some point during that time, I became pre-diabetic. I was pissing a lot, and then I fixed it with like fucking B vitamins. And but I was still vegan for like a long time after that. Um,
uh-huh.
I mean, I felt fine. Like I felt good. Like I didn't really, I didn't feel like there was that much difference when I added fish. I mean, like just looking at data and shit, like I just believed there was a difference, but like it wasn't anything drastic. When I
Like
added fish to my diet.
by how much? Like are we talking about like 200 negative or something like that? 300?
What is that?
Like in terms of like your health index, like on average, you think that it was around like
Oh, I don't know.
zero negative
I'm
zero
guessing
point two hundred?
like 0.2. Yeah, like 0.2 maybe effect. Something like that. Maybe 0.15 to
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, so like pretty small difference, but whatever.
Still something though.
Yeah. Okay, maybe let me check who's calling. Hey, you there?
Yeah.
Cool. And it might not even be the fish, the effect. It might be, particularly salmon. Like it has like salmon has some shit that no other fish has. So it might not even be going pescatarian. Just might be effect of something in salmon.
Let's fucking make up a new diet called salmotarian. Salmontarian.
Yeah, man. Like it would cut out all the fucking mercury.
Yeah. Wait.
But yeah.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? But yeah, for the vegetables, 1.4 servings, and then here we have like the multivariable adjustments, which are if you compare them to the pull ones, they're also like barely change just by 1 to 3 percentages in some of them.
Yeah. Yeah. It looks like fruits are more important than vegetables here. Like you get 10% reduction in risk
Yeah.
for fruits, and you only get like 5% for vegetables.
Uh, Found to be inversely associated with just intake fruits and vegetables. Risk of mortality decrease, but only up to a certain point with the consumption of fruits and vegetables. The hazard rates of total mortality did not decrease further above approximately 2 servings of fruit and 3 servings of vegetables per day. For example, uh, the the uh, the hazard rates with a 95 percentage confidence level were 0.88 and 0.86, to 0.91 for 2 servings of fruit per day, and 0.94 to 0.92 to 0.97 for 3 servings of vegetables per day, when compared to reference intake levels of 0.5 servings of fruit per day, and 1.5 servings of vegetables per day. The association between fruit and vegetable intake and total mortality was generally consistent across different subgroups defined by age, smoking, BMI, hypertension, hypercholesterolemia. The hazard rates of total mortality did not decrease any further above a certain level of fruit and vegetable intake. Specifically, the HRS2 for 2 servings of fruit is the same thing, basically. The association between fruit and vegetable intake and total mortality was generally consisted across different subgroups of, hazard ratios, yeah. And here we have a different type of chart that, uh, can you see it?
Oh yeah. Wait. Give me a second.
Okay.
Okay. Right.
Uh, so in this chart, the vertical, what is gonna say, axis or whatnot, it's for the mortality rate. So the higher, more likely you are to fucking die, right? And from the horizontal metric down here, it has to do with the servings, I believe. Yeah, the servings. And seems like when it comes to what I was gonna say, right? Am I wrong or not? Or am I right?
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So it seems like around like 5, 6 is the ideal, and for people with cancer, it's also around like 4 or 5. For people with cardiovascular disease, same. With people with respiratory disease mortality, it's around 8, 9. Like lowest point is 8, 9, and neurodegenerative disease mortality, it's around. You wanna go with like also 8, 9 for some reason. Uh, and fruit intake, right? Only it will be here around.
For you see the p-value for neurodegenerative disease, and it's like fucking 0.36, which basically means it's not really statistically significant at all.
Yeah. Here we see the mortality for total mortality fruit intake for fruits, landing in a good 1.5. It's what it seems to be like the lowest value. Cancer mortality, around 2. Yeah, 2. Also 2.5, 3, 3.5 seems to be also good in terms of the consumption. Cardiovascular disease mortality, we want a good old 1.5, and respiratory disease mortality 3.5. That's what we wanna go for. Neurodegenerative disease mortality 3.5 as well. For vegetable intake will be anywhere from like 3 to 6 for vegetable intake. Cancer mortality anywhere from 5 to 6. For cardiovascular disease anywhere from 3 to like around 5. Yeah, 3 to 4 seems the best. Respiratory disease. Uh, you wanna go for like 5 to 6. Neurodegenerative disease mortality. 5 to 6 also. Seems like people with fucking respiratory disease, uh,
Yeah.
and neurodegenerative disease, they need to consume way more fucking vegetables and fruits in order to have a
But
lower
just the
mortality rate. What?
yeah, just the effect on respiratory disease is like way more than an effect on anything else.
Yeah,
It's like, yeah, I think that actually might be the vitamin C shit because it boosts your immune system, and like that's where respiratory diseases come in. You like get a bunch of vitamin C from fruits and vegetables in your system, and then the chance of dying from fucking infection is that much lower.
yeah. And in total, seems like the best for fruits and vegetables should be around anywhere around like 4 to wait what? Anywhere where around like
Five.
4.5. Yeah. Ye-
No, it's that's a 5 to 6.
Yeah, yeah, 5 to 6, 5 to 6. Yeah, 5 to 6 seems to be like the optimal. Here will be around like 2.5, 2 to 3. Here will be anywhere near 2.5 to 4. Yeah, here's when you start seeing effect. Like the, after that, there is barely any significance. Associations between fruits and vegetables intake and total mortality in the dose response meta-analysis based on 24 published studies. The Nurses Health and Health Professionals Follow-up Study.
He,
What?
I was gonna say, how much fucking sugar those people eating 5 servings of fruit per day are getting?
Uh, yeah, I told you.
A lot of sugar.
Oh, yeah, yeah, they're getting a lot of sugar. Yeah, that's true. I mean, it also depends, on the type of fruits and vegetables. Like, if we're talking about an apple, we're talking about like 5 grams of sugar, or something like that, or 15. Yeah,
Yeah.
something between 5 to 15, depending on the type of apple. So obviously, probably, if someone eats fucking 6 portions of fruits per day and it's like mango, within like 10 days, 20 days, they'll probably end up like, all fucked up. Mind the levels of sugar in their body. They'll be fucking
Or
awake all
or
day.
or maybe it won't, or maybe it won't matter.
You think so?
I mean, that's where we disagree on the sugar thing. That like I say we don't know.
Uh, okay, the response meta-analysis included 25 publications from respective
I
cohorts.
can barely hear you.
Uh, the dose response meta analysis included 25 publications from 24 prospective cohort studies, and the results from the NHS and the HPFS. The results from the Shanghai Women's Health Study were into two publications during the follow ups ranging from 4.6 30 years and 145,015 deaths occurred in 1,892,885 participants from 29 countries and territories in North and South America, Europe, Asia, and Africa, and Australia. Based on Newcastle Ottawa
Nice.
scale.
Okay, I'm back. They're trying to find me.
Okay. Ready for the second one?
Yep, yep.
Study of fruit consumption and risk of type 2 diabetes results from the perspective. Longitudinal cohort studies aim to investigate the relation between fruit consumption and the risk of developing type 2 diabetes. The study used data from three large perspective cohort studies: the Nurses Health Study (NHS) and the Nurses Health Study 2, and the Health Professionals Follow-up Study of HPFS. Those studies are ongoing longitudinal studies that collected detailed information on participants' diets, lifestyles, and health outcomes. The NHS included 121 and 700 females, nurses aged 30 to 55 and at baseline. NHS included 116,671 female nurses aged 25 to 42 years at baseline. The HPFS included 51 to 529 male health professionals aged 40 to 75 years at baseline. All participants completed detailed food frequency questionnaires at baseline and every 4 years thereafter, which included questions on their frequency of consumptions of different types of fruits and other foods. Researchers included participants who were free of type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular disease, and cancer at baseline. They followed up with participants over time and identified cases of type 2 diabetes, self-reported and confirmed by medical record review. The primary analysis included 187,382 participants with an up to 26 years follow-up. The research used statistical models to examine the association between fruit consumption and the risk of developing of type diabetes, adjusting for potential confounding factors such as age, BMI, physical activity, smoking status, alcohol consumption, family history of diabetes intake, and other foods. The results showed that higher consumption of whole fruits, especially blueberries, grapes, and apples, was significantly associated with a lower risk of developing type 2 diabetes. Participants who consumed 3 servings per week of blueberries had a 26% lower risk of developing type 2 diabetes compared to those who consume less than 1 serving per month monthly. Similarly, participants who consumed 2 servings a week of grapes raisins had a lower risk of developing type 2 diabetes compared to those who consume less than 1 serving per month, and participants who consume 2 servings per week of apples, pears, and peaches had a 7% lower risk of developing type 2 diabetes compared to those who consume less than 1 serving per month. Metrics were for consumption that was assessed using a self-reported dietary consumption. Dietary questionnaires in each of the 3 cohort studies. Participants were asked how often, on average, they consume specific fruits such as apples, oranges, bananas, or fruit juices over the past year. The frequency of consumption was recorded as servings per day or week. Incident cases of type 2 diabetes. This was the primary outcome of interest in the study. Type 2 diabetes was ascertained through a self-reported physician diagnosis validated by supplementary questionnaire, medical record review, laboratory testing. Other dietary and lifestyle factors, those were included as covariates in the analysis, as they could potentially confound the association between fruit consumption and type 2 diabetes risk. These factors include overall dietary quality, alcohol intake, smoking status, physical activity, and body mass index. What was I gonna say? One second. Okay, here. Yeah. Demographic and clinical characteristics. Those were also included in covariates such as age, sex, race, ethnicity, family history of diabetes, and history of hypertension, and hypercholesterolemia. Fruit intake and risk of type 2 diabetes. For each 3 servings of week, increase in total whole fruits consumption, there was a 2% reduction of risk of developing type 2 diabetes. In other words, individuals who consume more servings of whole fruits per week had a lower risk of developing 2 type diabetes. Subtypes of fruits and risk of type 2 diabetes. Among specific types of fruits, a significant inverse association was observed for blueberries, grapes and raisins, apples and pears, and bananas and grapefruit. Um, no significant association was observed for oranges, peaches, plums, apricots, or prunes, strawberries, and melons. Fruit juice and risk of type 2 diabetes. Higher consumption of fruit juice was associated with an increase of type 2 diabetes for each 3 servings per week increase in total fruit juice consumption. There was a 5% percentage chance of increase in risk. There was a 5% increase in risk of developing type 2 diabetes. Uh, but yeah, substitution of fruit juice with whole fruit and risk of type 2 diabetes. Substitution of 3 servings a week of fruit juice with whole fruits was associated with a 7% lower risk of type 2 diabetes. In other words, replacing fruit juice with whole fruits could reduce the risk of developing type 2 diabetes. Combined intake of fruit and vegetables and risk of type 2 diabetes. The study also found that combined intake of at least 3 servings a day of whole fruits and at least 2 servings a day of vegetables was associated with a lower risk of type 2 diabetes compared with the combined intake of less than 1 serving of whole fruits and less than 1 serving a day of vegetables. And basically, this is also like the same information, which I could read it to you again. Fruit intake, but it's more like summarized in a way. Fruit and intake and risk of type 2 diabetes. The result indicates that individuals who consume more servings of whole fruits per week have a lower risk of developing type 2 diabetes. For each 3 servings a week increase in total whole fruit consumption, there was a 2% reduction in risk of developing type 2 diabetes. This suggests that including whole fruits in one side can have a protective effect against type 2 diabetes. Subtypes of fruit and risk of type 2 diabetes. The results suggest that not all fruits have the same impact on risk of type 2 diabetes. The study found that consuming certain types of fruits, such as blueberries, grapes, raisins, apples, pears, bananas, and grapefruits, was associated with a lower risk of type 2 diabetes. However, there was no significant association observed for oranges, peaches, plums, apricots, prunes, and strawberries and melons. The results suggest that consuming specific types of fruits can have a greater protective effect against type 2 diabetes. Do you want to do that experiment?
Juice versus fruit?
No. That will fuck you up. If you're consuming juice. In terms of like eating more blueberries, grapes, raisins, and apples, and pears, and bananas, and grapefruits, which are apparently like the healthiest in terms of
Wait,
diabetes.
what's the experiment again?
Uh, but basically the consumption of fuck, I have a little ant crawling on my arm. Okay, so basically the experiment was about the consumption, a follow-up of people that were consuming fruits and vegetables and how they impacted them
Yeah, no,
on
no.
like
I mean, what's
diabetes.
your idea for experiment?
uh, like trying to consume any of those fucking fruits for at least 3 weeks, like 3 servings per week, at least blueberries, grapes, raisins, apples, pears, bananas, or grapefruits, like at least you know
I mean,
three
I
times
do
a week.
raisins, so
Wait, you do what?
raisins.
Yeah. You should write down when you eat raisins.
No, I mean, I already kind of, figured it out more or less, and like, yeah, I mean, I eat quite a bit of raisins,
Oh, okay. And
and I
it,
guess that basically puts me in a group of people eating that category of foods.
yeah, that's true. I could try it on
Yeah,
myself. I mean, I do eat.
yeah.
I do eat grapes and apples, but more than 3 times a week. You know,
Yeah.
I eat probably like 5, 6 times a week fruits.
Well, isn't this per day?
What?
Are you sure this is 2, 3 times? No, this is per day. This is 3 times per day. Oh no, it is for each 3 servings per week. Increase in total whole food. No, yeah. Let me see. Compared with the combined intake of less than whole food
Yeah, it's
servings. Yeah,
really.
no, they're saying that it's a good idea to eat it more than once a day.
Yeah. I mean, I
So
could try
they're
that
talking about per day.
experiment.
No, no. Like I mean, if you want to do it like on your own or whatever, I don't think it will be like helpful for me because I already done that experiment. You know.
Ah, okay, well, I'll dismiss it then. Alright. Fruit juice. I mean, I already consume enough fruits and vegetables. It will be pointless, honestly. You're right.
Yeah, pretty much same here.
Yeah, fruit juice and risk of type 2 diabetes. The result indicates that higher consumption of fruit juice is associated with increased risk of type 2 diabetes for each 3 servings a week increase in total fruit juice consumption. There was a 5% increase of developing type 2 diabetes. Uh, this suggests that fruit juices, even if they are made from 100% fruit, might not have the same protective effect against type 2 diabetes compared to whole fruits. I wonder what I was gonna say. Uh,
Give me a second. Okay, I'm back. What?
okay. Um, I was saying, substitution of fruit juice with whole fruits and risk of type 2 diabetes. The results suggest that replacing fruit juice with whole fruits will reduce the risk of developing type 2 diabetes. Substituting 3 servings a week of fruit juice with whole fruits was associated with a 70% lower risk of type 2 diabetes. Um, uh, Combined intake of fruit and vegetables and risk of type 2 diabetes. The results indicate that combined intake of at least 3 servings a day of whole fruits and yeah, but like basically, you know, you should consume fruits and stuff like that, like and vegetables in moderation regularly, right? But in our words, like the study, in my opinion, it does imply that the optimal or like the minimal, the bare minimal to see like results is like 3 servings, right? Which
No, no. Bare minimum is 1 serving. It's like the fucking quartile one was the most effect. If you look at the total mortality, and then everything after that was just like slightly more.
oh, okay.
Yeah, and then like between like fucking quartile 3 and quartile 5, I don't think the if you just compare those to each other, I don't think the difference is statistically significant between them. So like quartile 3 has or quartile 5 has like similar to quartile 3. Um, like I don't think the difference between those two quartiles is statistically significant. But yeah, most of the effect was in the fucking first quartile.
Hmm. Okay. Uh, but yeah, combined intake of fruit and vegetables and risk of type 2 diabetes result indicates that combined intake of at least 3 servings a
Well, I
day.
mean
What?
that was based on the last study. I guess this study says is something fucking. I mean, this study, I guess maybe starts early. I guess the first quartile in that study probably was like pretty wide.
Yeah,
Like it was like fucking like one. I think it was like fucking already like 2 servings per day is the first quartile or some shit,
yeah,
or one
yeah,
serving per day was the first quartile. Where here they're starting at fucking per week.
yeah, yeah. Okay, but yeah, basically, we're just gonna say combined intake of fruit and vegetables and risk of type 2 diabetes result indicates that combined intake of at least 3 servings a day of whole fruits or and at least 2 servings a day of vegetables is associated with a lower risk of type 2 diabetes compared to a combined intake of less than 1 serving a day of whole fruits in less than 1 serving a day of vegetables. Individuals who consume at least 3 servings a day of whole fruits and at least 2 servings a day of vegetables a lower risk of type 2 diabetes is suggested, including a variety of fruits and vegetables in one sides can have a protective effect against. Yeah, well, but basically also, you know, in general, what you want to do, obviously, like you said, is basically 2 3 servings of vegetables per day,
Yeah.
and fruits and blah, blah, right? But the bare minimum, at least, right? To see like a little bit of a difference. So also like like what was I gonna say?
Well, most of the difference.
Yeah, like most of the difference. But if you want to see a small, non-significant result, it will be at least 3 servings a week, right?
Yeah, the optimal would be like 2 3 servings, but most of it you'll get at 1 serving per day, based on
Yeah.
the previous study.
Okay. Low fruit and vegetable consumption is linked with an increased death from vascular disease and cancer. The benefit of eating fruits and vegetables is attributed to a part of antioxidants and vitamins, phytochemicals, where increasing intake impacts on markers of disease remains to be established. This study investigated whether increasing daily intakes of fruits and vegetables and uses from low, approximately 3 portions, to high intakes, approximately 8 portions. Impacts on nutrition and clinical biomarkers barriers uh, to achieving the recommended fruit intake and vegetable intakes are also investigated. In a randomized clinical trial, the participants, 19 men and 26 women, around 39 to 58 years, with low reported fruit use and vegetable intake, portions of less than 3, were randomized to consume either their usual diet or diet supplemented with an additional 480 grams of fruit and vegetables and fruit juice, 300 milliliters daily for 12 weeks. Nutritional biomarkers by vitamin C, carotenoids, B vitamins, and antioxidants capacity and genomic stability were measured.
Hey,
Hmm?
um, I definitely need to take a break.
Oh, this is about to end.
Um,
This is only this one.
okay, we can try.
Uh, were measured. Okay. And basically at 4 negative, 8 negative,
But
and 12 weeks.
let's just leave this study for the next time, because I kind of missed the first part as well, of this one,
This one,
because I'm
the
like the
third
guy
one.
is here. Yeah, this the last
Oh
one that
yeah,
you're
for
talking
sure.
about.
Yeah, for sure. We
Yeah.
can leave it for another day. I'll hit you up later, bro. Well, not later,
Cool,
for
man.
the next
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, sounds good, man.
Don't forget to send me Dutch Brosky when you can.
Oh yeah, will do. Sounds
Have
good.
a good one, bro.
You too. Later.
Trial the participants, 19 men and 26 women, with an age mean of 39 to 50. I mean, with an age range of 39 to 58 years, with low reported fruit use and vegetable intake portions per day, were randomized to consume either their usual diet or a diet supplemented with an additional 480 grams of fruit and vegetables and fruit juice, 300 milliliters daily for 12 weeks. Nutritional biomarkers, vitamin C, carotenoids, B vitamins, antioxidants capacity, and genomic stability were measured pre-intervention at 4, 8, and 12 weeks throughout the intervention. Samples were also taken post-intervention. After a 6-week washout period, glucose, homocysteine, lipids, blood pressure, weight, and arterial stiffness were also measured. Intake of fruit and fruit juice. Vegetables was Vegetables was reassessed 12 months after conducting the study, and a questionnaire was developed to identify the barriers to healthy eating. Um, the results of the study showed that the dietary intervention was successful in increasing fruit and vegetable intake. Intervention group compared to the control group, the intervention group achieved average of 8.4 portions of fruits and vegetables per day after 12 weeks.
What? It's hard to hear you.
Uh, I have my microphone in my mouth. Okay. The results of the study showed
There
that
you
the
go.
dietary intervention was successful
you were
in
like
increased
you were
fruit.
like getting quieter and quieter.
Okay. I just raised my microphone a little bit. The results of the study showed that dietary intervention was successful in increasing fruit and vegetable intake in the intervention group Compared to the control group, the intervention group achieved an average of 8.4 portions of fruits and vegetables per day after 12 weeks, which is well above recommended intake of 5 portions per day. The increased intake of fruits and vegetables in the intervention group led to significant improvements in certain nutritional biomarkers. Specifically, plasma vitamin C levels increased by 35%, folate levels increased by 15%, and certain carotenoids such as A-carotenoids and B-carotenoids and lutein, sa- lutein xanthine increased by 50 to 70%. Those improvements were statistically significant compared to the control group.
Wait,
Uh,
can you repeat that? How much? Starting with like the first one, like what was vitamin C or something?
yeah, plasma vitamin C levels by 35%, and vitamin C is an essential water soluble vitamin that acts as antioxidant in the body. It helps to protect cells from damage caused by free radicals, which are highly reactive molecules that can damage cells and contribute to the development of chronic diseases. Vitamin C is also important for synthesis of collagen, a protein that is essential for the formation of skin, tendons, ligaments, cartilage. Plasma vitamin C refers to the concentration of vitamin C in the blood plasma, which is a measure of the body's overall vitamin C status. And blah, blah, blah. And if you're talking about folate levels, they increase by 15%, and carotenoids such as carotene and B-carotene. Carotenoids uh, are a group of naturally occurring pigments found in plants, algae. Wait, how do you pronounce that word? I know what it is, but I don't.
Algae.
Yeah, it's algae, right? Yeah, algae and
Yep.
certain bacteria. They are responsible for for the red and orange and yellow colors of many fruits and vegetables. Carotenoids act as an antioxidant in the body, helping to protect cells from oxidative stress and inflammation. They're also important for vision, immune function, and skin health. Carotene, and B-carotene um, are two specific types of carotenoids that are commonly found in fruits and vegetables. They are converted into vitamin A in the body, which is important for vision, immune function, and skin health. Carotene and B-carotene also act as antioxidants, helping to protect cells from oxidative stress and inflammation. And what was I gonna say? And in terms of uh, lutein and zeaxanthin, which is lutein and zeaxanthin are two specific types of carotenoids that are found in high concentrations in the macula, a small area in the retina of the eye. The eye. They act as antioxidants in the eye, helping to protect against damage from blue light and oxidative stress. Lutein and zeaxanthin are also important for vision, and they help to reduce the risk of age-related macular degeneration and leading to cause of blindness in adults. So yeah, and the lutein and zeaxanthin increased by 50 to 70%.
Gotcha.
Uh, what I was gonna say? Uh, yeah, those were like the only parameters that I found.
Okay.
Like like I tried to look up this study in terms of like more results, but yeah, it seems like those studies that you gotta be epic scientist or something like paid to see the rest of the results.
Gotcha. Yeah, I haven't tried that.
What?